Talk radio host Christo Forfas has accused Meghan Markle of chipping away at the heart of the British monarchy. This comes as the Duchess of Sussex made her most direct intervention in US politics yet this week. She wrote a 1,000-word letter to leaders in the US Congress urging them not to compromise on plans to extend paid family leave. Discussing the plans, Christo Forfas said, within their royal roles that are not royal, they are calling for certain changes to paid leave. Talk Radio's royal correspondent Rupert Bell explained, Meghan has always seen herself as having a political future. It would not be right for Harry to be telling the Americans about how to live their life, but Meghan definitely wants to dip her toe in political waters. And this is her first shot. What she is actually asking for is quite right. The US paid leave laws are far behind other countries. He continued, but clearly it sits uncomfortably with many Americans that a duchess is lecturing, even though she is American, and is entitled to her voice. But she did marry into the royal family, and that does come with its own problems. Mr. Forfas responded, every time it just chips away. Every time they sign a Netflix deal, every time we hear about a new book, or they enter the political sphere, they are chipping away a little bit more at the constitutional stance of the Crown here in the UK. Mr. Bell added, if you talk about Prince Charles' plans for a slimmed-down monarchy, Meghan and Harry would have been bit part players, and Meghan doesn't like being a bit player, she wants to have a significant impact. In the royal family, she would have just been an extra, and that's not what she wanted in her life. It gives them the opportunity to sign whatever deals they like. But as you say, they are signing these deals because of who they are, not necessarily because of what they have achieved. The Duchess' political intervention comes as Democrats are involved in heated negotiations on priorities in a budget reconciliation bill. Meghan also won supporters from prominent US political leaders, including the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. In the letter, the Duchess admitted she had felt overwhelmed by the arrival of her daughter, Lilibet, in June. She wrote, paid leave should be a national right, rather than a patchwork option limited to those whose employers have policies in place, or those who live in one of the few states where a leave program exists. If we're going to create a new era of family-first policies, let's make sure that includes a strong paid leave program for every American that's guaranteed, accessible, and encouraged without stigma or penalty. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are at risk diluting their brand, according to royal experts. This comes after the couple joined Ethic, an ethical investment firm that manages more than $1.3 billion, 946 meters. Palace Confidential host, Joe Elvin suggested that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex could deplete their value by spreading themselves around so much. The Daily Mail TMS diary editor Richard Eden said, they do seem to be successful. The last job Harry got was at BetterUp, a startup advising businesses on mental health and wellness. And this week they announced they had a huge new investment in the company. So they seem good at attracting attention to these companies. Host Joe Elvin asked, but the more they spread it around, doesn't that deplete their value for these companies? The Daily Mail columnist Sarah Vine compared the Duke and Duchess to celebrities staring in perfume campaigns. She added, they are just faces of these brands. Mr. Eden continued, presumably they are going to have to limit themselves to a certain number. You couldn't have endless brands. It probably devalues your brand a bit. The couple has been named Impact Partners trademark and investors at the New York-based asset manager. Ethic, which was co-founded by British businessman Jay Lipman, invests in projects with socially and environmentally responsible themes. Explaining the move, Meghan told the New York Times this week, from the world I come from, you don't TMT talk about investing, right? You don't TMT have the luxury to invest. That sounds so fancy. My husband has been saying for years, gosh, don't TMT, you wish there was a place where if your values were aligned like this, you could put your money to that same sort of thing. Trademark. The New York Times report suggested the couple could attract more attention to sustainable investing. Harry said, "You already have the younger generation voting with their dollars and their pounds, you know, all over the world when it comes to brands they select and choose from." Prince Harry and Meghan Markle fans have raged after the Duke of Sussex was urged to be ashamed of Prince William's Earthshot Prize scheme. Last night marked the inaugural Earthshot Awards, launched by future leader Prince William, which runs annually from 2021 to 2030, and sees 5 winners each year recognized for their work helping the environment. The finalists from the scheme will accompany the royal family at 26 Colombian pesos, the UN Climate Change Conference in Glasgow next month, and Prince Charles has shown his support for his son TMS scheme by calling it a bold ambition when he expressed his pride for his son and the prize. When referencing these comments, royal biographer Angela Levin, who has met and interviewed Prince Harry, described the heir apparent and his son TMS' united interest in climate change as very moving, but issued a blow to Prince Harry, which has been met with dismay from fans of the Sussexes. Taking to Twitter, she wrote, "Royal father and son working towards the same goals is very moving in what has been a very difficult year. I hope one day Harry will feel ashamed of himself." Her comments came under fire from fans of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, with fans accusing the royal biographer of being anti-Sussex and causing unnecessary drama. User @IcePimentel10 wrote, "Shaming Harry without empathizing with his real issues is just mean," while @Mafoxj added, "Why are you anti-Sussex? Not just you but half the country. I had hoped they would have returned by now." @Real Windsor's blasted Ms. Levin for involving Harry in her discussion of the project, writing, "This is great work being done, but please stop with the added drama by including Harry in this when he has nothing to do it. Unnecessary drama." A further fan at Sib05688119 chimed in to add, "Ashamed. For what? Thank goodness Harry allowed them to realize it. Look how William et al. Have blossomed with a newfound freedom. It took self-reflection on all sides to achieve all the good deeds that have come from both brothers working on great projects. Think about them. Meghan Markle, 40, and husband Prince Harry, 36, have been criticized by Karen Brady, 52, after new excerpts were released from the unauthorized book about the royal couple, Finding Freedom. In one particular part, it aired their perceived slights from the royal family and read more like a soap opera, claimed The Apprentice star. After reading the excerpts, Karen admitted that although she was such a fan of Meghan when she first started dating Harry, she began to lose sympathy for the couple when it became clear they want to have their cake and eat it following their move to the US. The Apprentice star hit out at the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in her latest column for The Sun, branding the pair completely tone deaf for airing their grievances and double standards publicly. She wrote, "It is hard to respect their double standards, worrying about the planet while flying on private jets, calling people racist when Harry TMS' own past is dotted with misguided moments. And now this new chapter, airing all the perceived slights and supposed mistreatment, is totally tone deaf given the unimaginable levels of privilege they enjoy. It is like a soap opera. They have become a problem that will not go away, a weeping sore the royal family cannot heal." After acknowledging that there are two sides to every story, Karen pointed out that Meghan and Harry TMS' complaints about their treatment from the royal family have been doing them no favors. Karen added, "They have already caused so much damage. Where will it stop? Will there be a reality TV show about their daily lives, like the Kardashians?" Harry and Meghan appear to have created a new role for themselves as thorns in the royal family TMS side. Karen concluded, "And it TMS a far cry from the quiet life they have long professed to want." She also branded Meghan and Harry a weeping sore the royal family cannot heal after they criticized the firm in several interviews. In a landmark sit-down with Oprah Winfrey earlier this year, both Meghan and Harry revealed their discontent at a number of issues within the palace. Don't miss. Andy Murray opens up about time spent away from wife, photos a lot of fun. Amanda Owen wows in plunging summer dress for Snap. NEWS Eamon Holmes replaces Alison Hammond on This Morning amid illness. Latest, the Duchess of Sussex described the Queen as being really welcoming in one part. However, she also discussed how she felt upset after her son Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor was not made a prince. She claimed that there were multiple conversations and concerns about how dark her son's skin color would be. The statement left Oprah looking visibly shocked during their discussion. The host asked who made such a statement. However, Meghan would not reveal who it was, saying it would be very damaging to their reputation. But she replied by saying there were several conversations surrounding her child's complexion. Meghan shared, "In those months, when I was pregnant, all around this same time, we had in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he won't be given a title. And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin will be when he's born. That was relayed to me from Harry, that was from conversations that family had with him. It was really hard to see those as compartmentalized conversations," she added.